Hey everybody, John Paul here. For the first time ever, I'm doing a comparison review. I hope it helps you out. I hope you enjoy it. We're going to be reviewing this upright wooden cold plunge here to this BlueCube CoreChill. I know it's kind of like comparing a horse and buggy to a Ferrari, but I think there's going to be some useful information in here, some helpful tips, and I hope you enjoy the videos. Let me know what you think. The first thing I would look at is the lid here. It looks great, but it's a little wonky. It's not quite the right size for the thing. It seems like a little bit bigger. Maybe that's how you want it, but it's not quite flush. Not a big deal, but it is a cool looking lid. It's a cool looking tub. My buddy loaned this to me and he stained it on the outside, you know, and the weather's gonna beat it down even if you do stain it. And then it's got this seat in here, it's got your hole, it's got your valve over here to release the water out. It's not hooked up to a chiller or any kind of filtration system. So that's right there is the biggest downfall. I'm sure you can put those in, you can drill holes through the wood and the plastic, I guess, and put in a chiller and a filtration system. That's a lot of work. I'm not the kind of guy to do that type of work. Some people out there are handy like that. It's not me. Let's get inside and see what that looks like. So climb up the thing, step inside, it's cold, right? Maybe we'll do another one with the water tank, right? And then you sit down and you sit in the seat. The biggest issue I have, which I'm gonna demonstrate when I fill it up with the water, is that when I sit down, the water goes out and my neck and my shoulders aren't in here. I need my shoulders in here. I got shoulder issues. I got a thyroid issue. I want my neck in here. I want my thyroid in here. And I want my vagus nerve in the back in the water. That's one of the biggest benefits of doing cold plunging. I see a lot of people, they're sitting from like the chest out. You're missing out on some of the biggest benefits when you do that. Get your vagus nerve in there. Get your thyroid in there. So I have to scooch down like this, right? And now I'm rounding out my back and that hurts my back. Also, there's this seam right here. And when I scooch down, that seam rubs against my back and that does not feel good at all. So I was doing that for a while. And then what I decided to do is try and turn and go this way and hold on. And now I'm in a squat in the water. It's not too terrible because you're in the water, but it's not great. You're not, if you spend a couple $1,000s on one of these things, you're not gonna wanna be squatting down. You wanna sit on the seat. So I'm squatting like this to get my neck and my shoulders in here, and it's just not comfortable. It's not ideal. Not for, a nice cold plunge that you spend a couple $1,000s on. So that's probably my biggest issue that I have with this. If they just made the seat a little lower, or they made the cold plunge a little higher, I don't know why they didn't do that. I think they're manufactured in China, so that might have something to do with it. I don't know, but that's my biggest gripe with this. Also, the weather is gonna beat it up. It's gonna get way more beat up, way faster because of what the materials are. You'd have to hook up a chiller and some kind of filtration system, drill through the wood, drill through this like plastic liner here. And I'm not the kind of guy to do that type of work. I just wanna buy it ready, set, go. So that's the other thing. So if you don't have a filtration system, if you don't have a chiller, you can't control the temperature without a chiller. And you also, so you're gonna be adding ice if it's not cold. And then without a filtration system, the water's gonna get gross really fast. And you're gonna have bacteria in there. And if you're gonna use it with multiple people, it's gonna get gross. It's gonna be not fun. So that's a big problem when you have with these things. I get people buy the cheap plastic ones online and do that. That's cool, but that's not what this is. This is a nice one. So it's kind of in between, doesn't really make sense to me in that way. Let's see what it looks like with water in it. Woo! Oh, so this is me sitting on the seat. See my shoulders, my neck is out of it. So in order to get my shoulders and neck in, I gotta scrunch down, woo, like that. Yeah, to get my neck and shoulders in. Or I gotta turn sideways like this, and now I'm in, right? But now I'm squatting in the cold plunge. And I wanna be comfortable in my discomfort. It's uncomfortable enough already. So that's what it looks like. Woo! it is, the Mac Daddy of all cold plunges. BlueCube CoreChill3. 3 for 3-speed motor, which is what really sets the BlueCube apart from everything else. To compare these two is kind of silly. I really just want to show off my BlueCube today, but I wanted to give people an idea of, you know, what's out there, what people are looking at to buy. And this thing is on a whole other level. It is covered in Line-X, right? So Line-X is what they spray on truck beds. This keeps it waterproof, weatherproof, idiot-proof, right? Stainless steel tank, thick stainless steel tank construction. The tub is huge. It's a 5-foot tub. It's deep. I get in there, it get up to my neck. I get my thyroid in there. I get my vagus nerve. I get my shoulders in there, and I can straighten out my legs and get totally comfortable in the discomfort. But what really sets this thing apart is the 3-speed motor. Right now it's on speed 1, okay? When we look up, we can see the water coming out. Now, I'm gonna shift it to speed 2. Here we go. And then, we're gonna go to speed 3. Some people say it's like a raging river, but in a river only goes in one direction. When you get in this thing, it's going all around you. And it is ferocious. It's intense. It's hard to keep, well, you can't really keep that thermal barrier around you like you can when you're sitting in still water. So it breaks that thermal barrier, and you are not gonna adapt to this thing at all. So doesn't matter. If you have it on 50 degrees and you turn that on, it feels like it's 35 degrees and you're just sitting there doing your best to get comfortable. So there's a long adaptation process to using this. If you ever adapt at all, you probably won't. But the other cold plunges that I've used, you adapt pretty quickly to them. And you're still gonna get benefit, but not the kind of benefit you're gonna get from something like this. This is the Mac Daddy, and it has all these incredible things. If you come on over here, zoom in on the logo, I want to tell you about some of the features. 3-speed therapy pump, I told you, the only low to high cold flow cold plunge. Disrupt the thermal barrier. Full immersion 5-foot tub, weatherproof frame. It has a 1 horsepower commercial chiller with Japanese compressors. The filtration is a 20 micron filter. Sanitation, ozone for chemical-free experience, and the temperature range is anywhere from 37 to 70 degrees. But when you turn that speed on, that pump on, it feels like something you've never experienced in your life. I had a buddy over here that was a pro, Francho. We'll probably put him in this, and man, he was struggling with it. He's been plunging for a couple years now. So this thing is incredible. Enough talk. Let's see me get in this bad boy, shall we? Here we go. Whew. Let's do this. Whoo, that's cold. Okay, turn on the 2nd speed. Let's do it. Okay, turn it on the 3rd speed. Turn it up, let's go, hit me with it. Woo! That's no joke. You can see I got my legs straightened out, my neck's in there, my head's in there. I'm in here, I'm doing it. It's happening, baby. BlueCube! BlueCube for life! Yes! So Francho Tone, my buddy Francho Tone's here. He's gonna try the BlueCube. This is the BlueCube. Francho has owned a plunge. How long have you had the plunge for?
2 years.
2 years. And
yeah.
We've done plunging a ton.
Yeah.
Together with your plunge. It's been pretty epic.
It's epic. Epic. I love it.
Are you excited to try the BlueCube?
Real excited.
All right, we're gonna get in a little bit. We'll cut to Francho in the plunge and see how it goes. Francho Tone in the BlueCube on speed 2. What do you think, Franch?
I love it. It's like a Mercedes-Benz or a Rolls-Royce. Maybach.
Maybach. Like this.
I love this thing.
This thing, I'm gonna mess with Francho.
Oh.
I'm gonna turn it up to speed.
Ah!
Look at that. It's like a river, except the river only goes in one direction. This circulates all around you. What do you think?
It's intense.
Is it ferocious?
Oh, it's ferocious.
Francho Tone in the
love
BlueCube on speed 3. We're gonna turn it back to 2 for him. That was a little unkind. He handled it like a boss.